Hi, my name is Marco from Cuscen, and today I'll be going over our fixed asset module. And to begin, we'll be looking at the asset class, as you can see on your screen. And basically, the asset class tab allows you to categorize your fixed asset into different classes. And this helps in organizing and managing your assets more effectively based off their usage. So at the top, you have your asset class, a description, your asset type, if it's tangible, and you can write its depreciation and whether the asset's active or not. And it's as easy as clicking add at the top and adding your information and putting all your different settings as well as your depreciation settings and any general ledger accounts that you may want to link to the asset class. Those can all be stored here. Next, we'll be looking at the asset master. And in the Asset Master tab, you can add and maintain detailed information about each asset in your organization. This includes like purchase date, cost, location, and other relevant details as you can see at the top. So you have your building, your useful life, your quantity, your receipt date, as well as your depreciation date, tag numbers if it's active. You can set different status codes and you can filter by the different status codes, and you can filter by all these different tabs, and they're all completely configurable. And at the top, you have the ability to look through your different asset class, whether that's machinery, low value, software, and so forth. And you can also sort them by your different branches. And again, it's as easy as clicking add at the top to add your asset class. And you have your general settings. So you could put your property type, your status, the useful years, quality, receipt dates, salvage amount, replacement cost, disposal cost, branch, warehouse, building, floor, cost centers, staff, tag numbers, map address. You can also set your asset quantity here. You have the ability to include purchasing and tangible information such as billing numbers, manufacturer codes, model codes. You can also link your general ledger account here. So you can set your fixed asset accounts as well as your depreciation accounts, gains lost, gains accounted for, any attachments that you may have, such as PDF, handbooks, manuals, those can all be stored here. And any picture of your asset can be stored within the picture tab. Next, we'll be leaving this without saving, and we'll be looking at the asset balance. And let's see if we could pull up some information here. There we go. And basically, the asset balance tab provides you with the very comprehensive view of the financial status of your assets. And here you could see the book value, any accumulated depreciation, as well as other key financial metrics for your asset. So you could sort your different depreciation methods that you may have. You can update your general leisure by using this checkbox. You can sort different dates. You can include your original acquisition cost, your current costs, as well as your business use percentage, salvage amount, accumulated depreciation, net value, gain or loss amount, useful life years, mid-period type, statuses that can all be configured to your business needs, as well as different reference numbers that will be linked to the actual asset, as you could see here. And you can completely configure all these different tabs, as well as include like different information like remaining life and period remaining life. And you can also include different administrations, so who's in charge and when it was created. And that's kind of a way to view your different asset classes, your asset balance, and store all the information in that manner. And as well at the top, you have the ability to export and import your information. Next, we'll be looking at the asset transfer. And with the asset transfer tab, you can manage the movement of assets within your organization. So this feature allows you to track the transfer of assets from one location or department to another, so you can ensure accurate record keeping. And here we'll be switching this to all, so you can see all your different transactions and approval statuses, as well as pending or if they've been released. And you can see when they were last approved, who they were approved by, the date they're approved by, and you can sort and filter through all these configurations so that you can see exactly where your assets are being transferred, up-to-date information in a very simple and centralized manner. Next, we'll be looking at the run depreciation, and we'll be setting a period here, branch, as well as asset class and book. I'll be running as test, And we'll run that. Let's see. All right, well, currently there's no data within here, but basically the information for the run depreciation tab is it kind of just automates the calculation of your depreciations for your fixed assets. So kind of calculate it for you, and you can schedule and run depreciation calculations to keep your asset values up to date and uh, accordance with your accounting standards. And it's very useful because it just allows you to have a centralized view of your assets and how much they're worth and constantly update them. Next, we'll be looking at the run disposal. Let's see, we can pull up. And basically the run disposal tab handles the retirement and disposal of assets. So this includes managing the financial aspect of assets as well as asset disposal, such as recording any gain or losses from the sale or write-offs of the assets. So those can all be stored here. And as you can see, you can configure these tabs and include different branches, departments, useful life, acquisition costs, salvage amount, depreciation amounts, net values, and total depreciations. And these lines are also configurable within the settings and the configuration settings as well. Next, we'll be looking at the asset transactions. And basically here with the asset transactions tab, you have all your financial transactions related to your assets. So this includes different transfer ins and outs and other improvements and so forth that impact the value of your assets. And you can store them here. You can keep your amounts, a description of what was done, as well as the status of it, and store it all in one centralized location. Lastly, within the fixed asset module, we'll be looking at the asset physical count. And let's pull up some data here. Or we can also click add and add our own data at the top. And basically the asset physical count tab allows you to conduct physical inventories of your assets. So it helps ensure that the records accurately reflect the actual assets that are being held within the organization. And this can be used to identify any discrepancies. So at the top, you can include your type, your document number, the status, as well as the company, count date, total book quantity, the branch it's in, the warehouse, a description. And then you have your general information of the assets, such as attachment, codes, description, class, conditions, status for the book records. You can also include building, floor, cost center, tag numbers, map address, disposal method, reason for disposal. Here, your different approval details will be stored. So who's approving this transaction, as well as who's approving these physical counts. And any attachments that you may need to include can also be stored within the attachment tab. And then at the top, it's as easy as just clicking save. And from there, you'll have your asset physical counts completely saved and ready to use. Thank you for listening to my demonstration on the fixed asset module within Cuscen. This is Marco.